Hello and welcome back to another video. This problem, a landscaper is designing a rectangular garden where the length of the garden is going to be 5 feet longer than the width. So if we want to say the width, I'll let the width equal the variable w, then the length is going to be w plus 5. And again, this diagram is not to scale. So the area is going to be 104 square feet. The area, 104, is going to be equal to the length times the width. So w times w plus 5. This is something we have to simplify. So we have 104, leave that alone, is equal to w times w is w squared. Distribute plus 5 times w. Now we have a quadratic. So we want to get 104 over to the other side. So we think of that as plus 0, w squared plus 5y, or w squared plus 5w plus 0 doesn't actually change anything. So 0 is equal to w squared plus 5w plus 0 minus 104 is minus 104. And now we're looking for w. So we have w, and we have two numbers. They are going to multiply to negative 104. So they're going to multiply to a negative number. So one of them has to be positive and one of them has to be negative. If they're both positive and you multiply them, they're going to be positive. And if they're both negative and you multiply them, then the negatives are going to cancel and it's going to be positive. So one of them has to be positive, one of them has to be negative. And they have to add to 5. Okay, so let's just say this first number is a, this second number is b. A times b is negative 104, and a plus b is 5. So let's find our factors of 104. If we do prime factorization, we can pull out a 2, which leaves us with 52. Still even, so pull out another 2, leaves us with 26. Pull out another 2, it's still even, leaves us with 13. And again, you're probably going to need a calculator to do this, but you just have to notice that it's even, so you can keep pulling out 2s, and then 2 times 52 is 104, just to explain what I'm doing here. So we know that 2 times 2 times 2 times 13 is equal to 104, right? All of our branches of this lead to 2, 2, 2, 13, so these are all the prime factors of the total, 104. So we have any combination of these is going to be our two-factor pairs that could be a and b. So we could say, okay, we could do 2 times 2 times 2 is 13. So 2 times 2 times 2 and 13. We could do 2 times 2, and the other would have to be 2 times 13. And then we could just do one of the 2's, and then we would need to leave 2 times 13. And then if we did none of the 2's on this side, that would just be 13, and then the rest would be 2 times 2 times 2. But that's just the same as this, right? They're just flipped places. So that is how from the prime factors you get all of the options for our two-factor pairs. So from here, we have 2 times 2 times 2 is 8 and 13. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 13 is 26. And then we have 2, and 2 times 2 times 13 is 52. So we have 8 times 13 is 104, 4 times 26 is 104, and 2 times 52 is 104. And this is a longer way of doing that, I understand that, but 104 is not easy factors to just think of in your head, so I did it the long way. And we know that one of these is going to have to be negative, right? We look for the positive factors just because it's easier, but one of these is going to have to be negative, and when we add them, they have to add to 5. So 8, 13 can be 8, negative 13, or negative 8, positive 13, right? One of them has to be negative. 4 and 26 can be 4, negative 26, or negative 4, 26, and 2 could be 2, negative 52, or negative 2, positive 52. So what do these all add up to? Right? Again, we need them to add up to 5. 8 plus negative 13 is negative 5. Negative 8 plus 13 is positive 5. So we found it. Our pair is negative 8 and positive 13. So we have w we're continuing this. We have 0 is equal to W, and then our positive number plus A is plus 13. And our negative number minus B is minus 8. For this times this to be equal to 0, this has to be equal to 0, or this has to be equal to 0. Subtracting 13 from both sides, this is 0 if W is equal to 0 minus 13, which is negative 13. And this is 0 if W is equal to 0 plus 8, which is 8. So we have two options for W, but the W with the width, it's a physical distance, so you can't have a negative width of a garden, so it has to be 8. And so our width is 8. What will be the length of the garden is what it's asking us. Well, the length is the width plus 5, so 8 plus 5 is 13. And 13 is going to be, there's nowhere else to write it, 13 is going to be your final answer. As always, thank you for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.